Hi guys, welcome to another Greg GNP video, and today we are looking at the 934 megahertz CB radio system, which is of course defunct these days, and I want to give you a little bit of history to all of this as we roll through the video demonstrating things. So I've put a lot of light onto this here so that you can see this particular radio, which is a Cybernet Delta 1. And sitting beside it there is a Nevada HPS 900 SWR meter, power SWR meter, frequency range 934 to 935 megahertz. So let's turn it on, power things up a bit. So power supply is on, and as you can see, there is a light inside the SWR meter. So let's kill this light, okay, to turn on the radio. Here we go. Okay, and we'll turn off the squelch. I think that's... So these are an FM radio, obviously. Squelch back on. So these, yeah, like I said, are an FM radio. We're going to put it on to search here. There we go. Now, there is no antenna connected. We have this connected to the SWR meter and a dummy load, but it wants to stop there. But as it searches, okay, it's showing that there is 40 channels on this. Well, originally they were not 40 channel, they were 20 channel. And for those of you watching outside the UK, you might wonder, well, what's the history behind these? Why so high up in the spectrum, 934 megahertz? Well, back in the early 1980s, when CB radio was the thing, the first, I guess you could say, social media. I mean, CB radio was a bit like what Facebook is today. Just about everyone was on it. And that was fine, except if you lived in populated areas, cities, for example, like London or Birmingham or Manchester or whatever, it was really difficult to get a clear channel. Everybody, you know, was occupying these channels. So what to do indeed. 40 channels wasn't enough. Something had to be done. And this was the supposed solution to the problem, or at least the alternative at the time. There is... it just wants to stop. So the 20 channels on 934 megahertz was made available. Now somebody's obviously done some kind of EEPROM or conversion on this to give it more channels. But anyway, they were very expensive at the time. But when you bought one, you were pretty sure you would get a clear channel to talk on. And the UK was the only nation in the world to actually, you know, use this system to bring it in, and most of these radios were manufactured in Japan, and this was used in the 1980s. I think from memory about 1998 or so it was all scrapped, and so basically the band was discontinued, as with the equipment from then. So it's illegal to use these. Apparently though, there is some diehards in different parts of England, little pockets of users to this day. Just like any other part of the spectrum, 934 megahertz enjoyed its lifts as well, because there were occasions the band would experience a lift, and people apparently spoke great distances. I mean, hundreds of miles in these things sometimes. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's do something here. We've got the SWR meter. Okay, we've got the SWR meter, power meter in line. Let's see. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's good clear numbers there, as you can see. Black on white, you know, or red on white. So we've got the watts on top, and then of course we have SWR below. Now I did say I have this connected to a dummy load. There's the I'll show you the dummy load. There's the dummy load. So that there handles about 10 watts. So I'm expecting this radio to do about 4 watts when we transmit to the dummy load. Okay. So trying to remember exactly what way this was done again. So we'll get the microphone And we'll press PTT. And we've got 2 needles in there. Let's move you in a little bit closer so you can see exactly what's going on. Okay. You see that? Now, there's some interesting history to this SWR meter and all of these radios, which I'll tell you about in just a moment, okay? So first things first, we have to set this to 10 watts, okay. I'm trying to remember. The SWR is very, very low, as you can see. Let's see, do I have to calibrate? Is that it? Calibrate to there. Okay. And oh, okay, there we go. So this is that's the SWR of very low there, because it's going into a dummy load for obvious reasons. And just above it there we can see the power. So this thing is doing close to 10 watts. It's about 7 or 8 watts transmission. There we go. Interesting. What does the radio look like when you PTT transmit? Let's have a look. There we go. That, by the way, that little LED meter, that would also be, of course, your signal. As you can see, it's signal and RF there, just there. So that's what it looks like on transmission. So the reason why I wanted to do this video was because these are extremely rare these days. I bought this radio first before I bought another one. And I later bought the other one from a different part of England. This meter came from a silent key seal. It's in fantastic condition. And as you can see, it is in really good condition. Underneath is the address of, I presume, the silent key, which we're not going to show you anyway in this. But so this was bought later on. I was delighted to see this come up on eBay, so managed to get that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick you up off this stand, okay? And can't believe I'm doing this video so far in one take. So I chased after this. I couldn't believe this, by the way, is the home base antenna. So I'm going to measure this, okay? Because I was quite surprised at how big an antenna for 947 or 934 megahertz would be. So managed to get this from a different part of England. All of these things, by the way, have come from different sellers, from different parts of the UK, some maybe from Scotland. Possibly this mobile. This is the mobile antenna, by the way, mag mount. Let's have a look at this. I'll just lie it down here, okay? And let's put it actually beside the home base. Okay, so that's the mag mount, the mobile antenna, which is not quite as long. Obviously, it might look as long, but that's how long it is there compared to the home base antenna. So there we go. That completes it, because we've got a mobile antenna, we've got a base station antenna, we've got the SWR meter, we've got a radio that could be either home base or mobile. Theoretically, can't use these things, but and then up here we have this one. So this is sorry about the shaky camera, by the way, but this is different. It looks actually quite unlike a CB radio, but anyway, this is an NPR 934. Okay, so let's just turn the squelch on there. So the controls are a little bit different. There it goes on scan. Scan's a bit slower in this one, but you have memories, different features on this. This thing will actually scan, as far as I remember, with the squelch turned off. Yeah, look. So it's still going, even with the squelch turned off. This one's in fantastic condition. And from memory, I think this one's doing about 4 watts the last time I checked on the dummy load. So we'll turn this one off. There we go. But when you turn it on, there we go. Turn it off again. Love the little microphone. And it's a real click to the PTT. But you can see how small it is. And of course you can move up and down the channels on the top of the microphone. But we turn it on again. So like I said, these things have come to me from different parts of the UK, different sellers, but now they are all together. The other radio, this radio, the SWR power meter, the home base antenna, and the mobile. Now, I did say I would measure this just to give you an idea. It's just a black stick with a red top on it. Small ground planes at the bottom. I mean, there's the ground planes. I mean, that's the average man's hand there, okay? So, you know, with writing on the side of my hand to remind me of to do certain things, but it gives you an idea. These are quite small. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm guessing quite essential. This technology was pretty much ahead of its time back then. Very much ahead of its time. But like I said, really expensive. I could never have afforded to buy one of these. Not many people could. This one here is a bit more cosmetic wear on the top of it. But, you know, it works. It's fine. So really expensive technology at that time. But almost impossible to find anywhere these days. And if I were to ever sell this stuff, I would never sell it individually. I would sell it complete, so that you have the base station antenna, the mobile antenna, the 2 radios, and the meter that you see. Try and get some more light to it. So, and as you can see, it's in pretty good nick, good condition. Right, before I end this video, I'm going to stop this clip because I want to measure the base station antenna. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll measure the mag mount as well, the mobile antenna, so that it gives you an idea of dimensions. It's just temporarily set up on the floor for the purpose of this video. Okay, so let's measure this. This, by the way, is in centimeters, okay? Centimeters. So I have this on the floor. Let's measure it. Okay, from the top, I think you can see the top of the antenna. So we're coming down to, well, the ground plane here, this ground plane, that's 90 centimeters, 90. We have some housing underneath, of course. That's not the antenna, it's just where the connection goes in, but 90 centimeters to here, okay? Although total length is 110 centimeters. So that's the base station antenna. Let's measure the mobile antenna, okay? I just want to make sure that you're getting this, so you can see this, okay? So there's the mobile antenna. Let's measure this one. You probably heard that ping. I'm making this video on my phone because it's a 48 megapixel camera. So let's see, how long is this to the base, or bottom of the antenna, 71, almost 72 centimeters. So it is, you can see it is a little bit smaller, not that much smaller, but just a little bit smaller. And this, of course, it is, you may be able to see, is a Nevada 934 megahertz mobile antenna. Okay, so I just wanted to do that, measure that, and let you guys see the you know, the dimensions. I'm going to do a couple of close-ups as well here, so that you can see the antennas a little bit better. That's the bottom of the base station antenna, the ground planes. You can see they are quite small, you know, and it's just a black stick really. vertical stick, and we'll just bring it along here. And then it just, at the top, it's just got a red top on it. So pretty unusual. And like I said, it took me a few years to accumulate all of this stuff and put it together. They're kind of museum pieces these days, but pretty rare. I just wanted to share this and let you see, and of course, like I said, give you a little bit of history behind these. Apparently at the time when people were setting these up, whether it was at the home base or perhaps, you know, your car, you know, if you're setting the SWR, the advice was, especially with this mobile, funny enough, you don't have to set the SWR with the home base. They're already fixed. They're set as they are, and that's it. If you're setting the SWR with this, the advice would be, you know, make your adjustments, but step well back when you're transmitting, because the RF from that area, 934 megahertz, would be quite dangerous. The only thing I don't think the radios came with amplifiers. I stand to be corrected on that. Maybe they did, but I know that they came with preamps, and so preamps. I missed out on one of those on eBay, so they are out there somewhere. There is preamps, but actual amplifiers to increase the transmit power, I'm not so sure, but I know there are preamps. So I don't have a preamp, but I have everything else. I think if I ever seen a preamp, I probably, yeah, would pick that one up. So anyway, thanks for watching today, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like, so that you can follow the very latest uploads from the shack here. And in the meantime, because it's December, I'd like to take the opportunity to wish you a very happy Christmas and prosperous New Year. So thanks for watching. And like I said, hit the subscribe button, Greg GNP. 7 3s. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.